In this tutorial, we'll take a deep dive into the session overview and learn how to interpret the key data points for a specific ride. Here, we can see an overview of an outdoor ride from January 30th that was recorded using a Garmin device. The rider used a P3X TT bike, indicating a focus on aerodynamic performance. The session overview provides a concise summary. We see a total distance of 25.15 kilometers covered in 51 minutes and 7 seconds. The elevation gain was 62 meters and the elevation loss was 63 meters, indicating a ride with some rolling hills. The CDA value 0.293 is a key indicator of aerodynamic efficiency. A lower CDA means less air resistance, allowing you to ride faster with less effort. Given the rider's use of a P3X TT bike, we can expect a relatively low CDA value due to the bike's aerodynamic design. An average body angle of 42.9 dg suggests a relatively aerodynamic riding position. The Aeroscore of 75.6% indicates good aerodynamic efficiency. This data, combined with the CDA value and the use of a TT bike, suggests that the rider maintained an aerodynamic position throughout the ride. The LR balance, which is calculated using data from double-sided power meters, shows that 52% of the ride's power output came from the left leg and 48% from the right leg. This information can help identify potential muscle imbalances or biomechanical issues that may be affecting your pedaling efficiency and power output. Let's look at the performance metrics. The average power was 156 watts with a maximum of 463 watts. The average speed was 29.5 kilometers per hour with a maximum of 36.3 kilometers per hour. The average heart rate was 140 beats per minute with a maximum of 158 beats per minute. Finally, the average cadence was 72 revolutions per minute with a maximum of 95 revolutions per minute. These metrics provide valuable insights into the intensity and effort distribution throughout the ride. Now, let's analyze the ride in more detail using the graph. We can see fluctuations in power, heart rate, speed, and elevation throughout the ride. Notice how the body angle line, purple line, shows more pronounced fluctuations than initially expected. This indicates that the rider made frequent adjustments to their position throughout the ride. To delve deeper, let's explore the Analytics tab. Here we can analyze the ride in greater detail. On the right side of the screen, you'll find a series of charts displaying key metrics like speed, heart rate, power, and elevation over time. You can customize these charts by clicking on the eye icon and selecting which charts to be visible. Let's pay close attention to the position chart. This visual representation shows the rider's position throughout the ride using color-coded segments. By hovering the cursor over the chart, you can see the exact position, body angle, and other relevant metrics for each point in time. You can also use the drop-down menu to select a specific position to focus your analysis on. To further analyze specific segments of your ride, you can zoom in on any of the charts by selecting and dragging a region of interest. On the left side of the screen, you'll see a map of the ride route. You can also use the Play Ride feature to animate the ride on the map, visualizing your performance in real time. As you move the cursor along the position chart or the map, an icon will move along the route, showing your location at that specific time and highlighting corresponding data points in the charts. This allows you to focus on key moments or areas where you want to analyze your performance in more detail. Now let's explore the laps section. If you've recorded laps during your ride, this section provides in-depth analysis for each lap. This is a powerful tool for understanding how your performance varied throughout the ride and identifying areas for improvement. For each lap, you'll see key metrics like dominant position, body angle, error score, duration, estimated CDA, average speed, maximum speed, power metrics, and heart rate data. The green and red arrows indicate whether a metric for this lap is above or below the session average. For example, if the first lap had a lower average speed than the overall session average, it will be indicated by a red arrow. Lap analysis is particularly useful for identifying your optimal body angle for aerodynamic efficiency. For example, if you notice that laps with slightly lower body angles within the TT position resulted in higher speeds with lower power output, It might indicate that you can improve your aerodynamics by making small adjustments to your body position within that TT configuration. Next, let's explore the Positions tab. For each position, you can see the percentage of time spent in that position, the total time, average CDA, average speed, average power, average heart rate, and average cadence. For example, it shows that 29.5% of the ride was spent in the TT ideal position with an average CDA of 0.222. This information helps you understand how your effort was distributed across different intensities and positions. Furthermore, the Positions tab shows the percentage of time spent in that position on positive slopes, negative slopes, and flat terrain. For the TT ideal position in this example, 39% of the time was spent on positive slopes, 52% on negative slopes, and 8% on flat terrain. This information can help you understand how your position choice affects your performance on different types of terrain. Now let's look at the Zones tab. This tab provides a comprehensive overview of your effort distribution across different zones. You'll find information about power zones, heart rate zones, and the time spent in each cycling position. For example, it shows that 49% of the ride was spent in the comfortable ideal position, primarily in Zone 3 both for power output and for heart rate. This information gives you a clear picture of how your effort was distributed throughout the ride. Finally, let's explore the Performance Index tab. This section offers a comprehensive overview of your ride efficiency and effort. Here, you will find key metrics like efficiency factor. This metric indicates how efficiently you transferred power to the pedals. Effort score. This metric gauges the overall intensity of your ride based on various factors. Normalized power. This provides a more accurate representation of your average power output, accounting for variations in intensity. Intensity factor. This metric analyzes the relative intensity of your ride compared to your fitness level. Workload. This metric reflects the total work done during the ride, combining power and duration. Training stress score. This metric quantifies the overall training load of your ride. Variability index. This metric analyzes the variation in your power output throughout the ride. Ideal positions. This metric shows how well you maintained your target position throughout the ride. And speed efficiency. This metric analyzes how effectively you converted power into speed. By connecting the insights from each tab, you can gain a deeper understanding of your strengths and weaknesses, identify areas for improvement, and refine your training strategy to achieve your cycling goals.